So hello guy, welcome to my channel. Hope you will be fine. In this video I will tell you the story of Naruto married with Sasuke female. Hope you will like this video. And please press the bell icon and subscribe to my channel and also share with your friend. Chapter 9. Are you sure that I can't talk you out of this? Sasuke murmurs into Naruto's ear as they were getting ready to meet the other rookies and Sand siblings for their date night. I'm positive. Sasuke, you lost the bet. Suck it up. Don't tell me that you are a scaredy cat who can't handle going to a movie with our friends. Naruto taunts her. I can handle it. I just don't want to. I'd rather stay home. With you. Alone. She licks his ear. That's not fair and you know it. Naruto groans as he considers canceling. I know. That's why you are the hero of this story and I'm the bad girl. She smiles smugly. Sasuke, get your sexy ass moving or I will tell all of them that you like to cuddle. He threatens. You wouldn't. She crosses her arms defensively. I would. So get moving. We don't want to be late. We aren't Kakashi. He muses. That's fighting dirty. She growls, does a hair flip, and flips him off as she starts to walk out of their house. You really are such a loser, she says and shakes her head. Meanwhile at the outdoor movie theater, Gaara dutifully was using his cage status to get them all a good spot that was large enough to handle their huge party. There were some perks to being a cage. That's pretty cool, man. Kiba slaps him on the back. Gaara looks at Kiba like, why are you touching me? He's just being friendly. Hinata mumbles to Gaara. Oh, Gaara figures. Fuck it, and slaps Kiba on the back, sending the canine lover flying. Maybe next time do it just a little more gently, she suggests. Understood. The redhead nods sagely. Yeah. Well, you tried. That's what matters. So you think the Naruto and Sasuke thing is for real? Kiba asks. Judging by the fact that they are walking towards us and Naruto's got his hand on Suki's ass, I'd say so. Shikamaru observes. What? No way. Kiba blinks as he stares at the scene playing out before him. It's real. They were in the flower shop together. Ino nods her head determinedly. Did it occur to you that Sasuke might have just lied to you? Shino shocks everyone by actually talking. Guess that's possible, but Naruto is a horrible liar. Choji chimes in. Well, there's really only one way to settle this. After the movie, drag them off to girls and guys nights. Kamari says. There is no way that Sasuke is going to go for that. Kankuro points out. She will if Naruto asks her to. Gaara shrugs. You really think so? Tenten questions. I know so. The redhead thought that this was a rather obvious fact, but he didn't mind pointing it out. Don't even think about running off. Naruto murmurs into her ear, tightening his grip on her ass. You know me too well. Wait. Is that Hinata by Gaara? You actually invited her here. She practically snarls. It wasn't my idea, but she's a member of the Rookie 9. She has just as much right to be here as we do. He protests. That was just cruelty. Seeing us together is going to crush her. I'm going to go. Sasuke looks at the door, ready to bolt. She's just going to have to get used to seeing us together. Naruto guides Sasuke over to the others. Naruto could see by the tension in Suki's shoulders that she was planning to run. He wraps both arms around her and pulls her against his chest. To the others it looked like a loving embrace, but the real message was clear to Sasuke. You aren't going anywhere. Don't even try. Everyone was watching them so closely. Not that Sasuke gave a damn about their opinions, but it was uncomfortable. She squirms and Naruto places a kiss on the top of her head. Calm down. It's okay. He whispers. I don't like this. I never should have made that bet. She grumbles. It'll get easier. His eyes soften. Damn it. This was supposed to help, not make her withdraw again. Maybe he'd pushed too far, but he wanted the others to accept her again and Kakashi had said it would help. You have always been a bad liar. She smiles softly and leans up to place a chaste kiss on his lips. I'm not lying. He promises. Wow, guess it's actually for real. Kiba walks over in amazement. Hey, Kiba. Yeah, it is. Naruto grins. Well, I guess after all that you kinda had to be in love or just suicidal. The dog lover says. Believe me, I wondered that myself a couple of times. Sasuke tries her best not to laugh at that comment. So how's your arm? Kiba looks at her awkwardly. It was pretty clear that he was far more comfortable with Naruto, but at least he was trying to talk to Sasuke. Naruto had to give him credit for that. As long as I don't try to move it much, it's fine. Tsunade gave me some seriously powerful painkillers and Naruto has been rubbing it for me, she says. Is that all he rubs? Kiba laughs. Kiba. Geez man, are you trying to get chitteried? Naruto gazes at his friend as if the canine lover had lost his mind. Not bad. She smirks and leans into Naruto. Oh, so you're social when there are dirty jokes involved. The blonde looks down at his almost lover in disbelief. You wanted me to talk to them, so I'm talking, she says nonchalantly. The blue-eyed ninja replies skeptically. And no, that's not all he rubs. He's surprisingly good with his hands and even better with his mouth. I guess the fact he never shuts up made his tongue more flexible. Suki was obviously trying to make Naruto blush redder than one of her beloved tomatoes. Well, seriously, Naruto. Kiba blinks. Suki smirks. She was quite pleased to have turned the tables. Now Naruto could be the one squirming. Serves him right. Naruto couldn't believe this. Suki was discussing their sex life well, almost sex life with Kiba, and she was smirking. She was doing this to get a rise out of him. Oh, he was so going to get her back for this later. Judging by the fact that Suki is smirking, I'd say that you two have come to an understanding. Gaara asks, yeah, you could say that. Naruto says. Apparently, said understanding involved tongue. Kiba waggles his eyebrow. They're engaged. You can't possibly be scandalized that they'd be intimate. Gaara reasons. Well, a little. I mean, it's Suki. She's always been such a nice princess. Which is weird because she's from a fire clan. Kiba says. Just when I was starting to tolerate you. Suki sighs. There was a loud thud. Hinata had fainted. She had overheard at least some of that. Unfortunately, Lee took that moment to come bounding in and rushes over to lend aid to the fallen Hyuga heiress. What happened? He asks. That's what I'm wondering. Ino says. I have to admit that I am curious as well. Temari adds. Ditto. Tenten, Shikamaru, and Choji say, as Shino nods his head in agreement. Hinata overheard Suki discussing the intimate details of her relationship with Naruto. It was too graphic for her tastes. Gaara sums up. Oh, that's right. Friend Naruto is engaged to Suki. The power of youth and love can conquer anything. Lee starts. Damn it, now you've done it, Gaara. Suki grumbles. Lee will never shut up now. How do you turn him off? The redhead asks. You can't. You just kinda got to let it run its course. Tenten says. It's an epic love story about overcoming tragedy and finding each other again. Lee shouts. By now the other moviegoers were giving the rookies and Sand siblings funny looks. Lee was loud. Suki looks at Gaara like a little help. Gaara nods and uses the sand to gag him. Lee, if you don't shut up, I will break you. Again, the Kazekage informs him. Lee gulps. He nods quickly to show he understood. The young Kage tells him that the movie was about to start and they all sit down or find a spot to stand. A few minutes into the movie, Naruto drags Suki off towards the back, where there was a nice pine tree. That was a good thing. It was still winter and most trees didn't have their leaves anymore to provide cover and some privacy. Naruto, what the hell? She asks. I can't believe you said all that to Kiba. He says. I was just having some fun. We are getting married. I think they all figured out what husbands and wives do with each other. Besides, I like messing with the mutt. Did you see the look on his face? It was priceless. She smirks. Suki, you are so lucky that there are a bunch of people right over there. Naruto gives her a dirty look. Warning Naruto Kyuubi scene. Why's that? She lets out a startled gasp when Naruto pushes her against the tree. Her face against it and her back to Naruto. I let you get away with a lot. I forgave you for leaving me twice. He growls into her ear. You knew I was coming back the second time. She counters, shivers at the feeling of his hot breath against his skin. It still counts. Do you know how much I missed you every damn day? I worried that something might have happened to you. He nibbles on her ear. NHH, I don't need to be protected. There was no reason to worry. She says, I worried because I care. As I was saying, I forgave you for that. Hell, I even forgave you for taking my arm and trying to kill me. He continues, his hands now gliding from her back to her hips, causing Suki to shiver again. In fairness, you did take mine too. But you're right, she murmurs. No, that isn't fair, because I never would have fought you if you didn't attack me. I put up with you being an evil fucking tease. Because it feels so good when you touch me, to touch you ... even if I know that we aren't going to finish it and I'm going to end up feeling frustrated. He continues, hands now resting on her ass, and he places a soft kiss to the back of her neck. Oh, like you aren't a tease, Mr. 39 seconds. She growls and tries to wiggle out of his hold. If you had asked, I wouldn't have stopped there. I even put up with your issues with Hinata, because I was happy that you cared enough to be jealous. It keeps her firmly pinned. You got jealous of some random ninjas sent on me. You don't get to complain about my being jealous of her. She protests in outrage. But I'm not going to put up with you talking about what we do with other men. Because I know that for a second he was picturing you naked. I know it wasn't his fault. I know you were just teasing. But when we get home, I'm marking you. He tells her. End of Naruto Kyuubi scene. Suki gulps. She wasn't really sure what he meant by marking her. But she knew that she had apparently triggered a Kyuubi-influenced episode. It was odd. Kyuubi wasn't that fond of her because he hated Madara and she was his descendant. But clearly the fox's traits did influence Naruto. Naruto ... what do you mean by that? She asks and Naruto spins her around, kissing her. You'll find out. You'll like it, he says. Suki kisses him back. Maybe he just meant more hickeys. The blonde really seemed to enjoy marking up her neck. What seemed like a few minutes later, but was really more like 2 hours ... They heard a coughing sound. Naruto looks around and sees Gaara. What is it? He asks. I expect this to backfire, but it seems the men and women want to divide into groups. The women want a girls' night and the men want a guys' night. Apparently, participation is somewhat mandatory. He states, damn it. All right, I'll go. I'll see you later tonight. Naruto looks at Suki before heading off to get his stuff. Suki, his eyes were red. Gaara observes. I know, she says. That's the Nine Tails influence. What happened? The Kazekage questions. Sometimes when he gets excited, he changes a little bit. His eyes, his teeth, chakra, become slightly different. It's okay though. Honestly, it's kinda erotic. She mumbles the last part. I never had that problem. Then again, my demon was removed from me when I was younger than Naruto is now and I didn't have a lover. Still, I'm concerned. He admits. He was a little bit jealous of Kiba. Naruto said something about marking me. I think he just means hickeys though. She continues. He doesn't mean hickeys. Quite honestly, I don't think you are ready for that. I don't think you are capable of submitting in such a fashion. The redhead observes. What are you talking about? She asks warily. The biology and psychology of the tailed beasts is different than our own. For them they mate for life. To take a mate, they mark them, usually by a bite to the neck. The Kazekage explains. He wants to bite me on the neck, so he's done that before. I mean, not that really hard, but still. She counters. This bite would contain his chakra. It'd be a permanent mark. It would allow you to be able to sense each other. Presumably you are within range, communicate by thought, share chakra, you'd heal faster, and your fertility rate would be higher than usual until you sired your first child. It will also decrease your desire and his desire for others to nothing. He states, you said that I wasn't capable of submitting in that fashion. What did you mean? All of that sounds like a good thing. Besides, I don't want anyone but him anyway, she says, because he is the only one with a demon in this relationship. His chakra is naturally going to be more dominant. If it wasn't for Kyuubi marking you wouldn't be possible. He would how do I put this? Be able to compel you to a certain extent. It's not slavery. It's just well, you'll be a lot more inclined to be unnaturally docile if he decides to pull rank. Gaara explains. He'd be wearing the pants and this is some sort of fucked up version of a demonic wedding. Suki sums up. Essentially, Gaara says and rubs the back of his head sheepishly. It sounds mostly good. I don't know about the compulsion though, she admits. Could she really give up that much control? She trusted Naruto, but that was a lot of power to hand over to someone. Hey, Gaara, ready to go? Naruto says when he gets back. Yes, I'm ready. He leaves with Gaara. Suki sighs. The other women were coming towards her. Thankfully, Hinata had slipped off sometime during the movie. The brunette didn't seem to want to be around Suki any more than she wanted to be around Hinata. Thank God for small miracles. Guys' night turned out to be drinking at one of the bars. Gaara and Naruto were sitting next to each other, watching the remaining living male members of the Rookie Nine get heavily intoxicated. The results were amusing, but Gaara felt he had to step in here. Suki was never going to submit to a mark. Naruto had to know that. Naruto, I know what you are planning to do with her. She knows now. I told her. Suki asked me what you meant by marking. He warns his best friend. You told her. What did she say? He asks. She thinks most of the effects are positive, though understandably, she is a bit skittish about being the submissive in the relationship. The Kazekage answers truthfully. I kinda expected that. She doesn't have to be though. I'd never abuse it. I love her. She just drives me crazy sometimes. I don't want to go Kyuubi and scare her. You know, this would prevent that and make us even closer. Human marriage is nothing compared to a mating. Naruto's voice sounds desperate even to his own ears. If she fights for dominance, it will hurt her. It might even kill her. Gaara warns him. If it really looks like she's rejecting it, I'll pull back and let her be the dominant. I'd rather be the submissive and have her than be a dominant with no mate. Naruto says, such a thing is possible, but you would have to go against all your instincts to do that. Are you sure you could manage? Gaara asks. For her, I can do anything. Naruto nods quickly. The girls went shopping. Suki hated every minute of it. She had nothing in common with these women. On the plus side, she did find one satin and lacy little red number that she planned to use to distract Naruto later from this marking idea. Naruto gets back to their home before Suki. He smiles and lights some scented candles and put rose petals on the bed. Naruto was a romantic at heart and really, Suki was observant enough to get the point that he was making. It was pretty hard to mistake something like that. Naruto, I'm home. You home? He soon hears Suki yell. Yeah, I'm in our room. He calls back. Wow. Suki walks into their room and stares in awe of the scene he had prepared for them. You like it? He asks. It's beautiful. Very sweet. She smiles and kisses his cheek. Good. I'm glad you like it. Naruto pulls her onto the bed, so she was sitting in his lap. I love it. Suki wraps her arms around him. Suki, I know that Gaara told you about the marking. He says. Did I mention that I picked something up today while we were out shopping that I think you will really like? She bats her eyelashes at him. Don't try to change the subject. I know that you are a bit wary about it. But you know I love you, right? Naruto looks at her seriously. I know. That much I haven't doubted since you told me. She lays her head on his shoulder. And you trust me? He continues. With my life. Suki answers. Then what is it? The blonde asks gently. I don't like the idea of giving up control to anyone. Not even to you. Suki admits. I know. But I love you and I want to be with you in every way possible. This will make it easier for us to know if the other is in trouble too. He points out. There are a lot of benefits from what Gaara described. I'll concede that. The brunette admits. Besides, we've been living together for a bit now. You've been happy with me, haven't you? He asks. More happy than I've ever been. But you didn't have some sort of demonic leash on me either. She says. It's not a leash. It's more like a wedding ring. The blonde counters. A wedding ring with a control button on it. Suki mutters. I wouldn't abuse it and it's not absolute. It's more like a strong suggestion. Naruto smiles a bit nervously at her. Does it hurt? She asks warily. Only if you fight it. Naruto kisses her forehead. If I do this, I want something in return. The last Uchiha says cautiously. You want to negotiate? The blue-eyed ninja asks and blinks. Something like that. I was afraid to ask before. I didn't want to trivialize it, but you are asking for a lot of here. She mumbles. I know. I'm listening. Naruto assures her. A baby. Suki answers. I don't get it. What does a baby have to do with any of this? The blonde asks in confusion. I want one. One of our own. My family was taken from me. I want a new one. As it stands now, if something happens to you, I'm alone again. She says. Oh, Naruto says. Forget it. I shouldn't have asked. It was stupid to ask. She looks away. I just thought since we're just pretending that wasn't really going to happen. When we became a real couple, I didn't even think to ask. Damn, I can't believe I didn't think of it before. Of course, you were going to want that. The blonde says. You don't want to. It's okay. I shouldn't have asked like that. It was wrong to try to bribe you into fatherhood. She mutters. Suki found herself being pinned to the bed. She squirms underneath Naruto. Was he mad at her for pulling that? It was almost blackmail. You know, I'd do anything for you. I love you. He kisses her. Oh, not mad then. Suki smiles and kisses back. Naruto breaks the kiss and moves to her neck, causing the brunette to arch against him. I know you do. She moans. I've never really thought about it before. Being a father, I mean. Naruto rubs her bandaged arm. I get it. You don't want to. It's fine, Naruto. She murmurs. I'm not saying that. I didn't think about it before. But now that you brought it up, I want to. You don't have to take the mark for me to do it either. He says. Wait, you do. She tilts her head. Yeah, first of all, it'd mean I get to make love to you. I like the sound of that. He lightly bites down on her neck. Yeah. She agrees. Secondly, it'd make you happy. I like that as well. His hands slide over her legs slowly and sensually. Yeah, that's always good. She agrees. Third, I like kids. He continues and slides her thong off. You've always been good with kids. Konohamaru followed you around like he was your shadow. Suki admits. Fourth, I like the idea of us being connected that way. A living symbol of our bond. He says. I do too. Don't make me regret this, but you can mark me. I won't fight it. She promises.